Damp. Just the word is enough to make any homeowner's skin crawl, right? It's that nagging feeling that something's not quite right with your biggest asset. But how do you really know what's going on behind the walls? Well, let's dive in and pull back the curtain on the world of damp surveys. You know the one I'm talking about, don't you? You walk into a room and your nose just tells you something is off. Some people might try to pass it off as character in an old house, but let's be real, it's the first major warning sign your home is sending you. And ignoring that warning? Well, it can get incredibly expensive. And this number right here, this isn't a repair bill. Oh no, this is a fine. That's right, a landlord recently got hit with this monster penalty for not taking a damp problem seriously. So the takeaway is pretty clear. Whether you're a homeowner or a landlord, getting this wrong can have some pretty serious financial and legal consequences. So that brings us to the most critical decision you're going to make. Who do you actually call? Because, and you really need to hear this, not all damp surveys are created equal. In fact, some of them aren't really surveys at all. Okay, let's break this down, because this is where so many people get tripped up. It all comes down to a huge conflict of interest. On one side, you have an independent surveyor. What are they selling? Just one thing, their brain, their expertise. You pay them a fee for an honest-to-goodness, unbiased diagnosis. On the other side, you've got the contractor's free survey. And what are they really selling? A product, a service. Their diagnosis will almost by magic lead you straight to the expensive thing they sell, whether you need it or not. And look, you don't have to take my word for it. This quote says it all, and it's from a seasoned independent surveyor who's seen everything. They're the ones who get called in to clean up the mess after homeowners have spent thousands on work they never actually needed. So, if the free survey is really a sales pitch, what does the real deal look like? Well, a proper surveyor is basically a damp detective. They're not just looking for damp, they're on the hunt for clues, trying to find the root cause of the whole mystery. And their investigation is super methodical. First, they start outside, checking your brickwork, gutters, drains, you name it. Then they come inside and check every single room, lofts and cellars included. They'll have professional meters to get actual data from your walls. They'll even ask you about your daily habits, because hey, sometimes the problem is as simple as drying your laundry indoors too often. Now, all this detective work takes time. For an average house, a proper inspection should take at least 1 to 2 hours, minimum. If someone is in and out in 20 minutes, trust me, they haven't done a thorough job. And the end result of all that work is a detailed report. I mean, just look at this example from a real survey. It didn't just spot one issue. It found eight distinct problems that were all contributing to the damp in the house. And the data they give you is incredibly specific. You can see here the moisture readings are fine in most of the house, but then bam, the loft has a massive reading of 87.1. This is how a real pro pinpoints the exact source. It's not guesswork, it is pure, hard evidence. So, when you get that final report, think of it as your action plan. And here's your checklist of what it must have. Clear photos, an explanation of the cause in plain English, no jargon. And this is critical, it should give you several different options, not just one expensive fix. A good surveyor empowers you with choices. Okay, knowing what to look for is great, but knowing when to run for the hills is just as important. So let's quickly cover the warning signs that you're dealing with a salesperson, not a real surveyor. If you see any of these, your alarm bells should be screaming. High-pressure sales tactics, a vague diagnosis like, oh, it's probably rising damp. They won't explain what they're doing, no proper credentials, and yeah, that inspection that's over in a flash, all massive red flags. I get it. It's so easy to look at the fee for an independent survey as just another bill. But I want you to completely reframe that in your mind. It is not a cost. It's one of the smartest investments you can possibly make in your property. I mean, this chart says it all, doesn't it? You might pay around £400 for a proper independent survey, but that small initial investment could literally save you from paying £10,000 or more for a treatment you never even needed. The math is simple. So it all boils down to this. When you hire an independent surveyor, you're not buying a sales pitch, you're buying peace of mind. You're paying for impartial, evidence-based expertise that puts you back in control of your own home. And that brings us to the final thought. That little quirk you've been trying to ignore, that faint smell you only get when it rains, or that bit of peeling paint in the corner. You've got to ask yourself, is it really just character, or is your house trying to send you a message you can't afford to ignore?